So how many here are founders? How many are first-time founders? So yeah, so starting the journey is really long, and it does take and need actually some goals, and it needs a vision, and it needs dedication and not giving up. So, and actually, it does need the 3 Fs. So without the 3 Fs, without the friends, family, and fools, if they don't trust you, nobody else trusts you. So why would a VC trust you and give you their money if the closest people to you they don't trust you? We started, I don't know if you know, but I'm the founder and CEO of Welendus. So I'm still in the journey, and it's a 3-year journey so far. I started Welendus back in 2015, and it's the first short-term peer-to-peer lending platform. So you have £100, I need £100, I can borrow directly from you. You get a much better return on your investment, and I get a much better rate on my borrowing instead of going to the one get quick bid and so on. And I started Welendus at a time that was like a problem with regulations, and there was new regulations on the peer-to-peer sector, and there was a clampdown on the payday lending sector. So going to the FCA with asking for permission to get authorized for that new kind of combination, like merged product, was extremely difficult. And even more, going to investors and telling them, like, look, I'm building Welendus, that kind of like peer-to-peer short-term lending product, was even more difficult, because how will you get authorized? It's a great idea, but how will you get authorized in such time? But we went to our family, our friends, and first investment actually came from my father, and then it was in stealth mode, kind of going to work, a full-time job, going to work, running back home, building Welendus, and weekends and so on. My friends started noticing, because I don't go out for drinks, I don't go out on weekends, I don't kind of like not sociable at all. So my first colleague actually noticed was my boss, and he said, okay, let's go for a drink and so on. We went for a drink, and he's like, so Nadeem, what are you building? I was like, okay, you're not supposed to know this, but I'm building that product. And he was actually my first external investor. He gave us at the time 40K. And then a few months later, he saw what we've done with the 40K, and he went and got another 40K from his own friends and family. And then the network started growing, and the network of friends and family became the friends and family, and the friends and family, all the friends and family, and it started growing. Again, you kind of like starving with money, so you don't have a lot of money. So there's a lot of things that you want to do, but you cannot really do because there's no money. So as soon as you get your kind of first investment, it goes away very quickly. Just goes away very quickly, right? So you have to fundraise. So it's a continuous process from day one, and it will continue maybe at different valuations, at different prices, but it will, until you're kind of like hit the break-even point, which may take some time, especially if you're coming with something totally new. So we started going from friends and family to crowdfunding, but also crowdfunding is not easy. Crowdfunding does take, you have to put in all the efforts. Putting your campaign on a Seed or Scaleup, Cube or whatever company, you still have to do all the work, because investors will not put money. You have to kind of promote it. You have to go talk to people, go to events, attend and promote it, and get your friends and family again to put their own money. And then when actually you hit the 70% or 80%, then actually the crowd will start funding, because people will follow the successful campaign. So that's basically how it works. After getting authorized, only got authorized last October, after a year, 2 years or so in the process, getting the applying for authorization. And we launched last October. Now, as soon as you launch, as soon as you have a product, as soon as you have the regulatory requirement, then you can see the difference. You can see investors are actually starting to listen. They actually want to meet you for to have a coffee or so, you know. So it's totally different. But again, it becomes still even more difficult, because you had a lot of people that you talk to. You know, you can invite a lot of people. Now the circle is smaller. There's different type of investors for different stages, and there's a gap, which is between the angel rounds and the VC rounds. And that is a very, very kind of tricky gap. So you have to actually have a long enough runway to go through that gap. Otherwise, you may just fall into the gap. And the main thing is just don't give up. Like, I had times that I actually kind of like absolutely running out of money, or maybe like, you know. But then again, I could have given up a few times along the way, right? But just be persistent. If you have a vision, if you have an idea, go for it and do it. If you pass that stage, you're in a much better and much stronger position as soon as you cross to the other side. Okay, so that's